Welcome back, friends, for another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. So, a lot of interesting things have happened since our last video. It's been a little bit over a year in game time. And, yeah, let's start off with the top level here. I've got a lot of things collapsing on the surface. So I've been trying to focus on patching those holes. Here's another one I seem to have missed. Yeah. So a lot of hole patching. Seems like every time I cut down a tree, I have a hole in the surface. In fact, so much so I've decided from now on this first level will just be kind of off limits when I do stuff. I'm not going to use it for that reason. I've got holes there as well. I haven't really had a lot of activity up here. I've had some legendary beast attack. The first one, by the time I responded to it, it had gotten past all of my hatches and doors and was in my base, so yeah. I've started immediately pausing when they show up and finding out where they are, defending stuff, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, I had, let's see, I think the first one was a bird. Yes, I had a giant bird swoop in, and it like sat on a stairway and just murdered the shit out of everyone walking up. In fact, you see my population is 143. That's with a lot of losses, actually. So we had quite a few people died. You can see our boneyard is pretty littered here. So I did build this boneyard. I just kind of hollowed out a spot here and turned it into a refuse pile. I have been making stuff out of bones slowly. But for the most part, yeah, I've got quite a few of these are my people, and then we'll delve into what happened in the tavern in a second. The massacre, if you will. I just realized I have a trader arriving and didn't realize it. Okay. So down here, all we've really done is engrave this up, pretty it up. And then the farmers decided, hey, we want a better guild. You'll also notice I've got floor fungus and cave fungus growing around now. So we'll go into the tavern levels in a second here. So I've got this nice big stockpile here as part of the guild, and I expanded this guild. Gave them another statue, another row of tables, put a display up, engraved everything real nice, and they still were not happy. So now this farmers guild is pissed off at me. Like, I took them from, I like made a massive guild, gave them a nice, view over the landscape, and they didn't seem to care. It didn't seem to increase the value enough. In fact, I think it's worth, yeah. Maybe it is a grand guild hall, I don't know. Or maybe I need to do that much more stuff to make it grand. I gave him a couple of instruments as well. But yeah, it feels like a bit of a waste, honestly. I've got all this stuff I put in here, and then like one person shows up. So moving down, we've got our tomb established, and as you can see, it's expanded considerably. I have a lot of people I need to memorialize still. I've got ghosts lingering about. Haven't really done anything else there. I had some rangers request a guild hall, and I decided this would be a good place for it. That way, maybe if I get another bird loose in the fortress, they'll come shoot the bastard. Who knows? And not a lot happening on these next couple of floors. I've just been all over the place here, mining all the good ore that I can find, getting a lot of jet, limonite, a couple of other fancy ores and gems up here, so I've been building my stockpile. And I've got all this waiting for someone to haul it somewhere. Yeah. And now to the part we all really want to see. The tavern, how did that go? Well, let me tell you. Terrible. And you can see I actually built a secondary storage pile here to make it a little bit shorter of a trip. And it's already filled up, so I might need to expand that some. So we got a lot of traffic here. And down in this area, I've built another, I believe this is a temple? Yes, I built another temple there. I've got my Sure Shot Brigade in here, which I wish I'd have moved a little bit quicker on that, because I had a knockdown drag out in my tavern. You'll see the item I'm displaying on my pedestal is gone. Somebody has stolen it, and I didn't have a militia captain assigned, so nobody reported shit to anybody. And yeah, so that got stolen. So I actually went to this tavern and I changed it to citizens and long-term residents only, so the Tongue of Sacs is not open to the public anymore. And I've kind of locked down my Dwarf Fortress, and that's actually slowed a little bit the curve of people coming in. Um, I had a ton of bards join up, and mind you, I wish I'd have got a good shot of it, but when this battle went down, I had 5 bodies inside the tavern. I had about 10 outside the tavern. Half of my guards got wiped out. So I had pretty significant losses, and then that fucking bird showed up immediately after. And then I had 2 more beasts show up within the next couple of months, so I was like, God. Then I figured out I think it was this thing, and people talking about it throughout the world, making people want to come look at it and steal it. So I decided to lock this tavern down a little bit. But even still, somebody showed up and stole the fucker, so that didn't really help. But as you can see, it's not nearly as full of life anymore. We've added another temple down here. This is for, yes, the god of death, I believe. So it's the Cathedral of Bones. And I've got some open space here. I did start working on this, excuse me, sorry, dying over here. I did start working on this last time, and I've got it mostly finished up now. And I've got my archers right here, so if I have another Tavern Brawl break out, my hope is through these walls, they can just fire in and take out everybody before I end up with a bunch of losses again. So over here to our premium housing area, we've created a little area here. This is the mayor's house, the mayor's dining hall, and the mayor's office. And I'm turning these into offices for my other positions that I've got filled. And I did expand this out a little bit, I think. There's apparently a colony of bees in my river, and I've got so many people dead that I'm just like going to be making slabs for a year to memorialize everybody. And yeah, we've got a lot of humans joining up as well. So let's go down. We actually burrowed down a little bit too and started expanding. I did finally expand this temple a little bit. I need to go back and think about it. Engrave that? No. I need to smooth it. Then we can engrave it. Okay. I had to build a hospital as well after all the injuries I suffered. And I had a mishap. When I made the area a hospital, I didn't have the beds in yet. So all my injured people from the battle with all the jackass humans trying to steal my scepter ended up throwing all my dwarves on this chest. So I had like a stack of 4 wounded dwarves here, and everyone just kind of left them there and they died one by one. So I lost 4 dwarves to that. So if you make a hospital, make sure you've got beds first. Otherwise, they just throw them in the goddamn corner and let them die. Yeah. Some offices here. Nothing fancy. I haven't really done a lot on this floor. I think I expanded some of this a little bit, and this is one of my human pikemen that joined me. And he is... So I started all of a sudden getting all these people that are like, hey, we want to join your fortress in order to slay monsters. And I was like, you know what? Sure. My hope being if something attacks, I've got a group of people now. There's another one that joined me. So my hope is that I've got these people throughout my population that can kind of help defend if I get attacked again. And yeah, we did add some stoneworker shops and stuff over here just to kind of help move armor creation along and whatnot. Which I did go through, and let's see. On equipment, I've been trying to get all my equipment kind of set up for everybody here, which I've still got a few slots outstanding that I'm working on. But hopefully I'll have a fully kitted squad soon. And trying to get some water skins and all that. It looks like we're loading up on arrows and all. So we ought to go ahead and update equipment. But anyways, we're getting there. I've been focusing a lot on getting my military trained up because, yeah, the second I put another item on display, I expect to get murdered by pretty much everybody. Moving down here, we've added 60 additional bedrooms on this side. We have a couple that still need cabinets, as you can see. But for the most part, we've got them all pretty well complete. A lot of rocks that haven't been moved yet. And then we start delving into here. So, I originally dug down here, and I misaligned this, which drives me insane. And, bam, cavern. So, I just left that where it is, and was like, okay, I'm not gonna... I didn't want to actually burrow into the top level of the cavern and have the issues that that brings, you know? So, I went up a ways. I came down over here, and I planned on if I ever open up the cavern, I'm going to do it from right here. And then I'm going to put a door and a hatch. That way I can block it off if I have to, which I've had some pretty nasty invasions I've had to block off in the past, so... Anyways, going down, we get past that cavern, and I was like, okay, I'm in good shape. And then I immediately hit a second cavern, and by the time I realized I was in it, I'd already burrowed in a little bit, so I walled this off. I built a couple of stone collectors. I put a stone stockpile here. I ran into water right here from the other cavern, and I blocked that off as well, just in case. And, yeah, long story short, I decided, okay, I'm going to build a little bit of stuff on this level. And eventually I'm going to use this as kind of my base of operations. So here, I've got this cavern wide open for folks. As you can see, we've got a naked human chilling here. Ugh. Whatever. He's rude and weak. Imagine that. But we're attracting a lot of goblins. We're getting lashers, and I think this is another one that joined my party. So I've actually got, okay, yeah, quite a few people down here that are signing up. Okay. I don't know how many exactly, but I've got a few. Well, at least a couple. So my hope being... Oh, a naked elf, hey. So I did not put any fancy stuff down here for people to view. I just built the tavern up, put the chairs in, made a big dance floor, engraved it all up, and left it alone. I've got prepared food being pushed down here just so I can make sure none of my workers down here starve. And this is serving as a dormitory as well for whoever needs a break, basically. And yeah, I've started mining all this out now. And I'm going to do a little bit of more work down here. I may put a temple over in this area. I'm going to do something over here. And I'm going to slowly start mining and leave like one square. The main thing is when I open into the cavern, I need to make sure I have a way to easily control the flow of dwarves. Because in the past, I've had everyone just swarm into the caverns and start picking mushrooms and gathering webs, and it ends up being a little bit of a disaster. Especially once you get on like this ground level here, and you start getting like invaded and shit. And that's the other reason I kind of want to work towards having a good, strong military force as well. And that's why I've been letting all these random swords people join. I've actually got them down here. And my hope is if I get invaded that all these people will help protect me. And what I may actually do is bust out like here and make it where you have to go through all these people to get to my temple or whatever else I put over here. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let everybody know. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's where we are. I've still got some... I'm plotting a little bit here. And I think like... Let's see, it's somewhere almost like straight down from where I was. I'm going to figure out where I can effectively burrow down further and keep going. It's like right over here maybe. So we're going to start burrowing down, and I'll probably hit a third cavern, honestly. And then we'll be down into where all of our good minerals and whatnot should lie. And I am pretty happy. I've been picking up a lot of mudstone down here. So that's giving me another color option as far as, what my stuff looks like. So that's helping a lot. And just a lot of ore in general. So, with that being said, folks, that's going to do it for this one. I'm having a lot of fun with this game. One of the big things I want to focus on next time is finding out, I think these are all pissed off rangers and pissed off farmers because I didn't get their damn guild hall built nice enough. But I'm going to try to focus on getting that group of people happier. The problem I keep having is I get huge migrant surges left and right. So the second I get one group of people happy, there's a whole new group of people that are unhappy. So, it's been a challenge. So I will say, opening up the additional housing, I had about 50 people right there, and that kind of pushed most of them over in this area. So that's helped a lot. I'm hoping the second tavern is going to help out a little bit, but ultimately I need to go see what needs haven't been met. I did build a temple because I had a lot of worshippers of the god of death unhappy, but they didn't have a dedicated temple. So, anywho, that being said, we're going to go focus on building our Rangers Guild. And, hey, I appreciate all the love and support, folks. Like and subscribe, and I'll keep you posted as this Dwarf Fortress of mine progresses. And hopefully does not meet an untimely demise anytime soon. My goal is to make it 10 years. We'll see. I've had some pretty gnarly creature attacks, but I haven't had anything bad happen in a minute, so I'm very hopeful as long as I can section things off. I probably won't run into a, fortress destroying event. But hey, it's Dwarf Fortress, so you never know. Four Titans could show up for all I know. So, Alright, folks. Well, thanks again, and I'll have another episode out probably next week. Thanks.